We are live.
Ooh.
Woo. Welcome, everyone. We're here with ZTX, Karma specifically, and we're going to play ZTX's beta, which launched recently. So let's just jump into some intros. I'm Eli, community lead at the Arbitrum Foundation, and we have Karma here.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me, Eli. I'm really excited to show you the beta. It's a very early look at what we have in store and the very, very start of what ZTX will become in 2024.
Awesome. All right, well, let's get into it then. Where can they download it?
So I'm going to start, as you can already see, I'm starting on our website. I just want to show you right away where you can find it. You can play it yourself. It's completely free. It's open, no gating at all required. And you just go to ZTX.io. I'm insanely proud of this very, very flexy domain. It took us forever to get it. But you just go to download ZTX. And this is going to download it into, normally your browser. You then have a zip file, you unzip it, you install the ZTX installer, and it will basically install a ZTX launcher on your laptop. So ZTX is not something played in your browser, it's very much just on your desktop, and that's the way to do it. Something else that you can also explore on the website is we actually have player profiles baked into ZTX. So what this means is you can here log in with your MetaMask or with your email. We really want to be open to potential onboarding of users who haven't used MetaMask yet. So you can also join in with your email, and it's going to create a ZTX account for you. And here you can explore different items that you will craft in game. You can also see here all the NFTs from ZTX that you own. So for example, we are now looking at my account. Eli, you were asking me about NFTs before. ZTX has one collection so far, and these are the ZTX Genesis homes. These, have been around for a while. We also use them to distribute some of our initial airdrop upon TGE. If you actually look in here, this is one of my favorite homes because it has a very rare unicorn on it. So I'm just like,
oh my! It's not in the game yet, though, right?
No, not yet.
But eventually, that'll just be your home in the game with the plot of land.
Very, very soon, actually. So this is the next update for us. These NFTs are actually fully rendered in-game buildings, and very soon with the next ZTX update, if you own one of these, instead of the starter home, which we will see in a second, you will be able to utilize one of your NFTs as your very own home in the metaverse. Okay, so I think now we can jump in. Maybe last thing for everybody who have just, been looking at my inventory, you can see the other NFTs here. And you can see different wearables. You can also see some, furniture even, and some statues.
Nice.
And these all, yeah. You were just saying that you're refurbishing your home. You should get some inspiration from ZTX.
I will.
Absolutely. And I'm going to show these to everybody in game and how exactly to use them. So now let's jump into it, shall we?
All right, let's see the game.
Yeah, so when you download the launcher, I will just show you how the launcher looks. It's basically just like this. It's a very simple launcher. Whenever there is an update to ZTX, instead of having to install it all by yourself, this just simplifies the job for you. A button will appear here, like new version available, update. But for now, all you can do is, of course, just launch the game with the current version. And here we are. Do you see the resemblance?
Yeah, Karma was just telling me behind the scenes that their avatars are always just straightforward and try to look like them instead of, outside the box.
Yeah, I'm the most boring player in the universe. Like, if I play Skyrim or like any RPG-like game where you can customize your character, instead of exploring anything, I will spend like literally 2 days trying to make the character look just like me so I can identify with the game. But let's dive into this. So the avatar builder is something you can try out even if you don't want to download the game. if you are, being super careful, super paranoid, you don't want to download anything, you can try out the avatar builder itself simply on our website as an in-browser sort of like activation. So we have these two ways. It's on the website, you can just play around with it, and we also have it baked into the game. So when you come into the game, creating your avatar is actually the very first step you have to go through.
You know, it might be a cool feature to suggest to the devs if it's not already on the roadmap. A really simple minting portal for your avatar, so you can just have your avatar as like on-chain NFT.
Yeah, we've been thinking about it. So, right at the beginning when we were building ZTX, everybody was asking us, hey, are we gonna, make avatars NFTs? And initially we were super against it because we felt like as soon as you make them NFTs, you limit the amount of players and you limit the amount of people that will be interested. But the more we develop ZTX, the more we want to play more around with it. And something we really want to think about for this year is, kind of like a leveling system and more that we might be introducing later on.
RPG.
Yes.
Well, one of the cool things about this idea for minting them is it's almost like an open-ended collection that doesn't become value restricted. Like anyone can just mint theirs with just gas fees on Arbitrum, for example.
Yeah. So for now, there is no minting itself. I'm just gonna circle through a few. I'm going to go back to the previous avatar preset after because I am paranoid about this avatar looking like me. We actually modeled this haircut on my haircut.
Oh my god. Insider modeling.
So I'm very, very, whenever I now go to the hairdressers, I just show them my avatar.
Are there any other Easter eggs that in the avatar section?
In the avatar section for now, not really. But what I really want to do this year is create those little competitions, like little design competitions for the community, where people can come up with, funny T-shirts, I don't know, like funny elements that we will integrate into the avatar builder, and then it's going to be like a joint library of weird Easter eggs. Okay, well, I feel like I'm doing this in a very, very boring way. So what I want to show you guys is the amount of customization and how really deep we went. Because I feel like very often you do have an avatar builder or you do have some customization, but it's very unsatisfying, where the amount of things you can do is very limited. In our case, it goes like to the max. So of course you always have the presets here, but then you can also go even deeper and customize everything manually. So, like distance of the eyes, like think The Sims 4, like really, really going granular. And like basically, yeah, like you can just customize every single element of this. I'm going to just maybe play with an eye color, show you some funky ones. I can look like a demon if I want to.
Oh, that's cool. Little lizard. Oh, cool. What's
that?
Like
these are cool. This is like I think this is like a globe, like a map. But iPhone.
It's got like an opalescent vibe.
Yeah, these are my favorite. Like
Valentine's Day themed.
We initially thought this stream might fall on Valentine's Day, so this would have been the perfect look for it.
That's true, but in the end, the Valentine's Day stream is not the best for users.
And neither is it for me. Like the initial timing you suggested was like I think like 10 p.m. on Valentine's Day, and I was just like, nah, this is like too depressing even for me as a degen. I can't be doing a stream on Valentine's.
If there was multiplayer, it could have worked.
Definitely.
Little ZTX date.
It would be a trio. We would also get your wife on. Okay, so basically I circled through a couple of options. You can see that even the knitted shirt that my avatar is wearing is like branded with ZTXZs. And just to circle through some more of the wearables, you can see that in this case, the choice is pretty limited. And it's very, very conscious. We pre-selected the wearables that you can choose from at the beginning. And these are all completely free. These are also not NFTs. These are just in-game items. But as you will soon see as when I play, the entire idea about ZTX is this is just your starter preset, starter model. And then from then on, you can, explore many different things and craft NFTs in-game. So I'm gonna click Save Avatar. We are back to my lovely hair. Something you can do is you can go to a photo booth. And this is our PFP maker. So obviously people love their avatars. For us in Discord, everybody's using their ZTX avatars in Discord, often on Twitter. And this was us answering this, this utility for the community. And you can choose, different backgrounds. I just stick with the black one always. And also different expressions for your avatar and just snap a pic.
The photo booth was my favorite part initially of the beta.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Internally at ZTX Slack, everybody for some reason unanimously agreed and just uses the most weird expression possible. So everybody on Slack is just these scared avatars in every single conversation. Yeah, I like this one. It makes me feel powerful, like I'm about to lead an army. Yeah,
Who's that? Who's the main model? The dude with the buzzed hair and the gray. Is that supposed to be a reference?
Honestly, it wasn't. So back when we first developed these characters, they were just fruit of the imagination of our creative team. And now, however, in retrospect, he kind of looks like Pac-Man from Blur.
From what?
From Blur, like Pac-Man,
Oh.
If you've ever seen Pac-Man, he does look like this. My connection is rugging me a bit. I'm hoping that we are going to jump into the actual land and play in a second.
Okay. It's loading.
You know how it is. It is loading.
All right, if you rug too hard, I might have to take over.
Oh, or I will just restart. These are the pains of a beta, guys. To be honest, the amount of times that I got booted out of my MetaMask trying to log into different builds that we've created has been exorbitant. Someone is also saying karma for president. I feel immense amount of pressure right now.
Yeah, there's no pressure.
I almost feel like I need to restart this.
Yeah, give it a reboot. You get one more chance.
There is a word for it in German, It's called Vorführ effect. And it basically means that when you try to show someone something, it's guaranteed not to work.
What's it called? The something effect?
Vorführ effect.
Vorführ.
This actually allows me to show people how to log into ZTX. So you saw that there was an option to log in with email, but there is also an option to log in with your MetaMask.
But we know a degen like you is going to use MetaMask.
Of course. But because it doesn't live in your browser, it lives on your desktop, you can't actually just sign on your desktop. So what we've connected is basically MetaMask Mobile. So you scan the QR code on your mobile and just accept the transaction on your mobile. Again, guys, I know this is a bit, a bit, I would say, puffy at first. However, it's just a beta and we are continuously working on expanding the amount of different options on how to log in. Let's see.
I believe in this one.
Yeah, I believe in this one too. Kryptonite, Asia Minor, everybody's saying I have very bad luck with presentation. Again, this is just karma. I get rugged on every Twitter Spaces. I get rugged every single time I try to present.
Sounds like you have to fix your karma.
The amount of times I heard this joke. Oh, come on. All right, I'm gonna load the game. Yeah, I load the game. Maybe there's genuinely something wrong with my internet at this point. But the stream is running okay, so it seems very selective.
Maybe it's the beta, not the internet.
Oh, I think everybody's telling me that I need a Mac. It's actually funny, like the
I don't think that's true.
building for Mac has been like we see significantly less amount of bugs and problems on Mac compared to Windows. So there is something in it. Do you have a Mac, Eli?
My laptop is, but I'm on my PC.
It looks like actually the problem is in my MetaMask. For some reason, the transaction for me, like logging in, is not going through.
Mine's loading right now. Let's see.
This is karma lag. This is karma personified. Yeah. I don't know if people looking at this stream on Twitter can see the comments on YouTube. I assume not. These are like separate. But
yeah, the people on Twitter can't see the YouTube and vice versa.
Yeah, so we can see the YouTube comments here live, and everybody's saying, "Oh, I've been living in the beta for a week." Well, so
all right, I'm in.
was I.
I'm in.
Woo! Okay, let me give the magical wand over to you, and I'm going to do my best to get it started in the meantime.
Okay. Let me just present here. All right. I started left clicking so I could punch or something. Thinking I was in GTA.
Nothing is coming at you in ZTX.
Hey, this is a lot smoother than when I tried it in the summer.
Yeah, it's like the one you tried previously was such an early dev build. I believe there wasn't even. I don't think there was even a ceiling on the home.
Oh, there might not have been. You think I would have known? All right, what are some buttons I can press? Oh, I just did.
Yeah, so
B
to the left. Okay, yeah, like you're the type of a clicky gamer who's gonna figure it out before I even tell you. But basically, you have different modes. Like the first mode is the explorer mode. You just run around, explore your little piece of land. The second mode is a decorator mode. So you can place different objects around. You first, however, need to craft objects. So there won't really be anything for you to be placing around at this point yet.
Oh, so you guys added crafting into the beta?
Yes, exactly.
So there is some differences. Let's see. Where's crafting?
So I would recommend that you run forwards to the right, where you can see a little box. Exactly. So this is your mineral extractor. So before you craft anything, you need something to craft stuff out of. And the best thing to do it is basically plant and harvest resources here. So when you hover over different resources, you can see your likelihood of getting different tiers of them. And you can also see how long it will take for you to craft that resource.
Well, 1 day. Luxury. Okay,
Some are taking just 15 minutes, so you can just choose something maybe that's like significantly, quicker.
Whoa. Skip timer? Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be doing that right now. So let me explain a few things. So the idea, the game loop right now, like I said, is a very basic one. It's a very first step to building a sustainable economy in ZTX. You plant different resources, harvest them after a certain time, and then you use those resources that you harvested to craft new NFTs and new items out of. If you want to skip the timer and craft something or harvest something faster, you can do so, but you have to invest ZTX tokens in that. So that's the first in-game way of you investing and utilizing ZTX tokens in a game loop.
Alrighty. So I have to wait for the wool to finish before I can craft anything else.
I mean, you can now plant some trees, some organics.
Oh.
So this little box is just for minerals. And now you also have organics. If you click the middle button on your mouse, yep. And now you go to the little plant on the left, up to exactly. And you can now see different trees and different elements. You have to click once and then click plant.
Is there any teak?
I believe there is. You'll just need to scroll. Yeah, there is. And then plant. And as you can see, you have 4 slots where you can plant different things. That's all there is for now.
I just want a teak farm so I can make a bunch of mid-century furniture.
You have a very particular taste, I see.
Mid-century modern, yes, quite.
Yeah. When you walk up to them, it will show you a little model, like a little window with how long is left until they are fully mature. And when they are fully mature is when you can harvest them.
All right. So this will take an hour and 2 hours. That seems pretty reasonable for a tree.
Right.
Any other boxes or things I can craft?
For now, no. For now, this is your... So the way the ZTX is designed is, think about it as a blend of The Sims and Animal Crossing. The idea is for players to be engaging in many very short gaming sessions for now. So the idea is you jump in, you plant your resources, you come in maybe like 2 hours later to harvest and craft an item or two. Someone is asking, is this third life? So the funny thing is, so Second Life, this is obviously like a really good joke. Second Life is, to be honest, still one of the by far most, I think, accomplished metaverse attempts and merely metaverse attempts. They have such a vibrant community and in-game economy still. I believe the Second Life still has like 600,000 weekly active users, something absolutely insane, like more than all the Web3 games
pretty
combined.
good.
Yeah.
I'm sure any game would accept that.
Yeah, like who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Hello. Still less than Zepeto. Well, hopefully in a year or two we'll see many more than that on Arbitrum.
Accidentally, yeah, I hope so. I don't doubt it, especially once you onboard all those users.
Yeah, so for those listening in, and maybe this is the first time you're ever exposed to ZTX and Zepeto. ZTX is the Web3, I would say, initiative enabled by Zepeto, and Zepeto is our Web2 counterpart with already existing app with 20 million monthly active users. So obviously, amazing numbers that in Web3 we can only dream of. And the idea for ZTX is to be an extension of Zepeto. So because we can integrate NFTs, we can give players and creators ownership of what they're creating. It's just a much deeper and more exciting economic activity than in the Web 2 version, which has many limitations. So the idea is to, once ZTX is ready, because it's not ready yet to onboard millions, as you can see, this is just an early version. Once it is ready, however, we are going to be inviting people from the existing app from Zepeto, displaying them links, allowing them to log in with their existing accounts from Zepeto, and inviting them to the ZTX experience. Truly excited for that. I also wish I had shown you my home, Eli. Like I prepared it. It's still not working for some reason. I can't really tell why.
I just got some wool.
It's not really about the game. It's about my MetaMask at this point.
I
can't get it to sign the transaction for some reason.
Damn it! I keep accidentally clicking avatar.
Do you do? Well, that's a good piece of feedback.
Maybe like a "Are you sure?" You'll leave the screen kind of prompt.
Yeah, or maybe you're just fat fingering very badly.
Oh my goodness. All right. What's this trade system? I saw I could like sell my resources.
Yes, that's definitely something I wanted to show you. So obviously you already have a few resources in there, right? So when you go to sell, you see that you have a few that you can sell, but you haven't actually crafted anything yet. And that's because when you first join the game, we just randomly populate your inventory with a few resources to kickstart you off.
I saw that.
Yeah. So yeah, above you need to switch to sell. So basically you could sell them and then rebuy resources that you need for a particular recipe.
Does somebody have to buy them first, or do you get the money right away?
So for now, you are trading with the system. So it's like trade player to basically computer. In the future, it's going to be like an open market where basically the idea of how much something is needed will completely dictate the price.
Like an
So
auction.
maybe one day mahogany is super, super expensive and you want to really be tracking those rates, the mahogany rates, and you want to be ready and sell your mahogany on the right day. But for that to happen, we need A, more players, and B, we need to first observe how users are interacting with this buy and sell system. So obviously we are looking, that's what the beta is for. We are looking at those early metrics and we are refining different aspects of the game to make sure we can, make good decisions about how to make it work.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where chicken and the egg, you kind of need one to happen first before the other can happen effectively.
And
Fusion
this is your
Forge.
crafting. Yeah, this is your crafting forge, fusion forge, however you want to call it. And this is where you can craft new items out of the, everything you've harvested.
Does craft now mean the only ones I can do right now with my resources?
I believe these are the only ones, yes. And again, you can see that it only takes, I think, 24 minutes to craft the basket, but some of them take like 3 days.
What? And I have to pay this in-game resource, which I don't know what it's called.
It's gold.
Oh. Skip timer. Oh my goodness.
The less time you have to skip, the less it costs. So if you're trying to skip right at the beginning of the transaction,
oh, I can only do one
it will
job
be
at a
very
time.
expensive.
You gotta let me do more than one at a time.
Not this early on.
Or if you can, like, if you're gonna include like a leveling RPG system, then you can have like slots that you can allocate if you want to be a crafter versus a planter or whatever.
Well, the entire idea is again, we are looking at the most early of all versions, but the entire idea is for there to basically be different specializations that you can choose for yourself in ZTX. So hey, if you want to be a creator, you want to be a fashion designer, you can concentrate only on that. By the way, I finally managed to get my meta. I just needed to restart my phone and like restart the MetaMask application.
Look, I found a fun way to break the graphics.
Oh,
where are my organs?
You were determined to find a bug of some sort.
Where are my organs?
In the metaverse, Eli. In the metaverse, you don't need organs.
Let me see if I can break it more. I want to get into the wall.
Okay. Do you want me to showcase, how it looks like when you have a few more obviously like crafted items?
Sure. I see why you wanted to stream now, because in the other version I played, I had a bunch of stuff already, so this is a lot less exciting because I have to wait.
Yeah, someone in the YouTube comments is saying you're trying to break the game, you're being mean. But quite frankly, this is super good. Like, we are aware of a few bugs which we haven't gotten around to fixing yet. The no insides bug is among them.
Imagine if I did that and then you could see my organs. That would be kind of weird.
Wouldn't that be even more terrifying than just seeing nothing?
Maybe somebody can make a mod at some point. Oh, speaking of that, have you guys thought about, obviously down the line, but have you thought about like a mod community? And
1000%, 1000%. So I'm gonna share now, by the way.
yeah,
I'm also gonna share my audio.
I'll switch it so you can be on stage. And then I'll close my game. It saves automatically, right?
Yeah, it does. Everything you've done in the game is automatically saved. So as you can see, like Eli just planted stuff. At my place, it's already fully grown. I planted them like 2 hours ago, and I have like mahogany, like fir. What else do I have? Oh, more mahogany and flax. Okay, so while I harvest that, you asked about the modding community and basically like UGC-based stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Quite frankly, that's going to be one of the backbones of ZTX. So when you look at our Web2 counterpart, Zepeto, 430 million like lifetime users, 20 million monthly active users. The sole reason, or one of the biggest reasons why it became so successful, was because the entire platform caters to creators. So in Zepeto, you can become a fashion designer. There are multiple instances of creators making 6 figures a year, landing very big deals with, sponsorships with brands like Crocs and more, and even developing their own fashion collections in Korea, for example. So the entire idea is for ZTX to be a continuation of that incredible like creator community. Of course, it will take some work and it will take some, I would say, time and education, because the majority of creators which are already successful in Zepeto and already, create fashion items, different worlds, different minigames. Think Roblox. You can also build minigames in Zepeto, and you will be able to do so in ZTX. For now, obviously, these creators can't really come to ZTX. It's still like a big lift to explain to them how ZTX tokens work, how MetaMask works. We are doing a lot of that and doing a lot of education on the side, educating that, upcoming community. But a much more important part of this process is getting ZTX to the point where people don't need to educate themselves. The platform is just so easy to use, and you have so many different options that it's just another game to you. You don't have to care or understand how blockchain works to be a part of it.
Which is important.
Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of like the gist of it. But yeah, I wanted to show you like a few like decorator style things. We have these like really rare Pepe statues, which people. So the things you can craft, they are all NFTs, and the majority of them has a limited amount that can be crafted. So this is where this like competitive aspect comes in, where you want to be collecting resources possibly fast because you want to craft some of these rare items. And there's going to be different seasons to ZTX where we release new items and they become available for a limited amount of time. Whoever is fastest can craft them. And so far, by far the most popular item are those like Pepe statues, and they come in different rarities. I believe this one is the rarest. And here I have to come clean because I have to tell you guys, like, this isn't even my Pepe statue. I wasn't actually fast enough to craft this one. It was already like crafted out by the time I like jumped into the game. I think these were out like 12 hours into launching the beta because there's only 50 of them available.
You bought it secondhand?
Well, I didn't buy it. Disgusting. I begged one of my colleagues to send one to me because they crafted it.
That's funny.
So I begged for it, but the idea is that yes, of course, I can also go onto OpenSea and I can buy it secondhand if I'm interested in it. And that's something we certainly are, looking at. And of course, there is also going to be an integrated marketplace in ZTX. We actually already built it, but we're just, waiting for the game to be far enough that the integration makes sense. Okay. I wish I had an outdoor chair, so I could put a chair here and I could like have my like Pepe appreciation garden. Like, look at this. Isn't this gorgeous?
A Pepe garden? It might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm not a big fan of the Pepe.
Oh. This is by definition an unpopular opinion. I will agree with you on that.
I'm more of a Wojak kind of person.
That is truly an unpopular opinion. I see the appeal, but I don't know.
It is an
can you not
unpopular
love
opinion.
this?
I acknowledge that. Pepe has
Hmm.
transcended time and space.
Okay, let's see if I have enough money and resources to craft a chair.
Is your house populated?
It is bare. It's a house of a single.
And what kind of wood is that? What kind of wood do we have here?
I don't know. Do you tell me? You are the one obsessed at the moment.
I mean, I'm not good at identifying it like that.
Okay, let's see if we can find an outdoor chair that I can craft to look at my pepes. Okay. So I have plastic, I need fabric. I need 2 common fabrics. Okay, so I'm gonna just buy something. I needed common, right? Yeah, I think so. Oops,
No, let's get legendary.
No, oh yeah, that's something I should also like remark on. For every single thing that you can buy or process or whatever, they all come in different grades. So when you harvest, let's say you harvest flax, there are different probabilities when you look here. Like for example, for Douglas fir, there is 70% probability that you will get a common, 20% rare, and just 10% legendary. And then when you go and you want to buy or sell those things, then obviously the legendary will always be like outrageously expensive, and the common one will be super cheap. Let's see. Okay, and I can start a job. And it's only 48 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Only to build a whole chair? The tree takes a day, or the tree takes like an hour, and the furniture takes like a third of that. I think that's fair. But
Okay.
if it's meant to be, you know, adjusted accordingly, the chair should take like 1 second. If the tree takes an hour.
I would normally just skip timer.
Oh, big spender.
197 ZTX. We can, for the sake of the stream, we can do that. We all need to collectively pray that my MetaMask is gonna be playing ball.
I don't think history is on your side.
I don't think it is either. But worst case scenario, we've like showcased the majority of features and we are good. Okay. I mean, it's letting me sign.
That's 90% of the way there.
The pains of being early. We'll see. And for those of you who might be wondering, you know, how do people from Zepeto, from our Web 2 counterpart, did I skip or did I not skip? It didn't subtract my tokens and I didn't skip. So this is certainly something we need to be working on. Anyhow, for those of you who are wondering, how can people from Zepeto just jump in and try this game out if we are asking them to, you know, like skip transactions and utilize ZTX and utilize Arbitrum gas fees? As just a piece of history, we started off the beta by subsidizing all transactions for all users, meaning we were paying for all Arbitrum transactions.
Account abstraction?
Yeah. So you didn't have to even worry about, you know, this being on the blockchain. However, because the game is still so early, it was actually a bit too, I would say, ambitious and too generous of us too early. And many people started exploiting that generosity by setting up a horrendous amount of botting and bots to basically farm these resources at a very fast rate. And it's very, very difficult to Sybil prevent in games like this. And we decided that for this early, you know, phase of development, we are just going to come back to, you know, no longer subsidizing transactions. Definitely still free to try out. You can jump into it, you can download it for free. There are no on-chain transactions up until the moment you try to craft something. So if if someone from our Zepeto counterpart wants to try it out, they can. But for this early stage, sadly, at some point you are confronted with on-chain transactions, which hopefully we will all work actively on getting even cheaper, even faster, even less problematic in the upcoming months.
Well, who knows if you guys are big enough user base, you could end up being an Orbit L3.
I am not going to be saying any alphas, etc. But I think we all know that the future is interchain and cross-chain and whatever like in lies in between. And I'm really, really excited for all the options that will become available 2024 for that and much more. So yeah, I think at this point, like we can end on the note of looking at these gorgeous pepes, which after this stream I actually have to send back to my friend.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I really wanted to thank you for jumping in with me. While it's a very early version of the game, it also I think showcases how much care we are putting into the graphics and the game loop itself. And next time we're going to be playing this, Eli, I'm hoping that we will be playing some minigame PvP.
The multiplayer?
Multiplayer, competitive player, whichever way, whatever we release.
What type of ways will the PvP be in this, like shooter?
So the way we want to introduce minigames is, so what we are looking at right now is your own piece of land. Everybody in ZTX gets a piece of land, of metaverse land for free. This is a starter home. In the future, with the next update, you can also utilize our NFTs as your personalized homes. But this is of course just a single player game loop. Like it's not really up to everybody's, it's not everybody's cup of tea. So what we want to introduce are the so-called portal games, which are single player or multiplayer, like PvP, like instance-based games. Like you jump with your friends into a portal and you can play a game there together. So while this is the backbone of ZTX, this Animal Crossing style, farming and harvesting game loop, you will be able to exit this, go to like multiplayer instances, like a multiplayer city, and to these portal games where you can just competitively play with your friends. That's the vision, very much, a full metaverse in terms of being a platform and not just a singular game. Okay, back to work. I'm pretty confident in this, yeah.
Back to work you go. Get that
bamboo.
Oh, jute. Oh, Douglas fir.
Still 3 minutes.
What's the one on the right? That looks like a teak.
It's still a baby. Baby one. Bubinga.
Bubinga. I've never heard of that. I need to up my wood game.
Well, next time I'm going to quiz you.
Yeah, quiz me next time. Well, this was fun, short and sweet, but it's what we can expect with an early beta. Any alpha, any upcoming releases? What's the next thing people can expect for the beta?
I think the best way is to keep in touch with us on Twitter. And what we do is very regularly we host a ZTX Town Hall, which is a big community meeting where our team, presents the next updates. We present also behind the scenes work. So for example, new 3D models, new items which haven't yet been released and more. So the next Town Hall we will be announcing very shortly. And we are also going to be speaking about the next updates and a bit of a timeline for 2024 of ZTX. So I just want everybody to know, keep your eyes peeled for that town hall and join us then live to see everything, in the most fun and engaging fashion from our team themselves.
Love a good town hall. I bet you seem like you lead a great town hall.
Yeah, like I'm almost offended that you've never visited in Discord.
Oh no.
Oh no, yeah. Let's end this before you get yourself in more trouble.
I'm
But
in the Discord at least. That's a big step for me.
I know. I'm almost maxed out of Discords that I can be a part of, actually.
Is there a
You know that
max,
you
or
can max.
you mean
There is a
emotionally?
max. No, there is a
Oh,
max. I think even if you have Discord Nitro, I think 500 is a max. And someone correct me in the comments. But I like eventually you do hit a max and they don't let you join anymore.
oh my God! Speaking of Discord max, I have like 300 pending friend requests, and most of them look like airdrop scam accounts.
Yeah.
It's best to
Actually,
just not
like,
open that tab.
no. Actually, very, very good topic. I know this is a bit off topic, but oh my God, scams. Like, I'm sure everybody has seen the new release of like AI video, like the Sora thing from OpenAI. But like, you have to be so careful as a remote first company, Eli. Like, I wanted to tell you this crazy story. One of my friends' voice got deep faked. And
Their voice?
deep faked the voice. They deep faked their voice from like a podcast they've done or like a live stream they've done, and they sent a voice message to their head of community asking to be given access to a new Discord account, claiming that they got booted from Discord. They now have a new account. The voice was so spot on. Like I would have genuinely, I would have been convinced this is the person. Of course, nothing happened. You always you have internal processes, like you check on Slack. You then have like a second point of contact with that person before you give access. But it was so scary.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like that's the extreme scenario. I think getting deep faked and then actually pulling it off. I mean, it's definitely believable in many cases. I think the most common one I've experienced is just impersonators, like on a low level, just putting your name and profile picture and DMing someone. But yeah, always good to not trust and verify.
Yeah, 100%. And if anybody writes to you and they claim they're from a CoinDesk writing an article or something like that, it's always a scam. I have 20 people claiming that they're from CoinDesk in my DMs right now. It's insane.
I think a good rule of thumb, if anyone ever asks you for money online, that's when the red flag should start flying all over the place. Oh, somebody's asking, what game is this, please? This is ZTX, and you can conveniently download their beta at ZTX.io, and there's been no easier domain I've ever experienced.
Yeah, let me flex this domain again.
Did you guys have to buy, negotiate with someone?
It was so hard to get. We had so many domains that we explored, like ZTX.play, but ZTX.io is just so clean, right? So yeah, eventually we did manage to get it, but it was like months long process. So just as a way of answering for everybody who joined us, maybe midway through the stream or wondering what I was playing, go to ZTX.io and that's where you can download our build. You can also, if you just want to play around with an avatar builder, you don't want to commit to the game itself yet, you can also just go, okay, my internet is just tripping right now. You can go to the avatar builder on the website, just sign in with your MetaMask or with your email address and play around, build your avatar and then jump into the game. If you build your avatar here online and then jump into the game but log in with the same accounts, the game will automatically recognize the avatar that you created on the website and will load it in. So have fun and try out ZTX.
Heck yeah. All right, thanks so much, Karma. A pleasure as always, and we'll see you on the next one.
Of course. Thank you 1,000 times. You're always a ray of sunshine in the community of Arbitrum in general. Mwah.
I appreciate that. And have fun in NFT Paris.
Thank you. Looking forward to seeing everybody, and sorry to miss you at ETH Denver.
It's okay. Next time.
Next time.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.